Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late December, moving into early January 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the Virgo gang as we move into a brand new year with tons of blessings and abundance for everyone, hopefully? See what energies, messages, insights we could take a little peek at. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo in late December, moving into early January. What is the vibe? What's the energy swirling all around here for my good friends? What's up? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. All right, cool. Yeah, High Priestess type of energy. Ooh, I like this because she doesn't show up often in a spread, especially here on the front end. Now, I do get her within the tarot portion from time to time, but obviously, this is an oracle. It's not the actual tarot, but all the symbolism linked to this card screams High Priestess to me. Very spiritual, very intuitive, little mystery there. And we'll get into that deeper. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this beautiful High Priestess. So we see this divine feminine figure here. She looks a little older, a little wiser. Notice that she's kind of like in a fortune-telling area. So I always say the High Priestess, she is the matron of psychics, intuitives, and tarot readers. So lady has a crystal ball. There's a key within the crystal ball. There's a lockbox next to her. So that does also imply that she has the key to some sort of very specific or secret knowledge. So whenever I see High Priestess energy, first and foremost, I tell you that your intuition could be heightened. Your sensitivity to energy itself might be heightened in this time. So make sure you're locking down your energy and protecting it. That's a really big thing. But a big thing with her is mystery, the unknown, the unseen, the unexpected. So for some Virgos, there might be certain situations where it's like, okay, well, something hasn't revealed itself just yet, but it might when this card is here. I think that it's really nice. For some of you, it might just be an extra burn for all things spiritual or just receiving knowledge. It could be really good, but I always like to give that warning about protecting your energy when she's here. So we're just going to leave her over there for now. She could keep reading the fortunes. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Virgo friends. What's going on? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Beautiful energy last week. The reading was titled Big Win Incoming. So I hope you collected one. Now, I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes. Sometimes it's monetarily, sometimes it's career-based, sometimes it's interpersonal relationships, family, friends, you name it. But if one hasn't come in, just know that that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. So I hope you have real good things coming towards you. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for my Virgo friends. Late December into the new year, early January. What is happening? Real quick. First shuffle, the card popped out. Oh, okay. So we have the Devil in position 1. That's something we're going to want to definitely keep a close eye on. Now, that could have different significance, especially with the time of year we're in right now. So I'm not going to say like, all right, yeah, reading over. But we're going to want to look at that Devil. That's for sure. Let's get a couple more. Thank you. 5 of Cups. Okay. All right. Let's just see what else shows up. I'm not going to say like, all right, yeah, this is looking really rough. There could be some warnings. All really depends. And we have the 6 of Cups. So card of the past, lots of water energy here. Now I like the elemental mixture that we have going on, because I feel like all this is energy that Virgo can work with. So even if you are having a bit of a rough one for whatever reason, I feel like you could work with it or work through it, which is a nice thing. But let's go through piece by piece, and I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes before we get into the intuitive, juicy stuff. At first look, first glance, let's talk about the elements, since I was already bringing it up. We have a lot of water energy. Now, in tarot and divination, water represents the realm of feeling, emotion, intuition, just like that high priestess we saw early on. So for a lot of you, I really feel a strong energetic sensitivity for a lot of Virgos in this time. So just know there might be a lot of stimulus or things like stimulating your energy body for whatever reason. But we also have earth. When we mix water and earth, I always feel like that's a recipe for potential. So this could be good. I mean, it's hard to say that when we're staring down the devil and the Five of Cups that this could turn out good. But remember, we have to clarify it as well. And as an earth sign, Virgos can work with both of these elements pretty well. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out, because I do feel like a lot of this energy is like past energy, stuff that's like already elapsed. We'll see how it plays. But position number one, we are starting with the devil. Now, this is a card that does get a lot of people nervous about it, but first and foremost, it's Capricorn energy. So if you have Capricorn placements yourself, if you're connected to Capricorn, this could be them due to the goat symbolism. And at the time of year that we're filming this, it is Capricorn season. So that's why it takes on a bit of a different complexion here and now. So the clarifier could just tell us the theme of the season or how you might be feeling or certain things that could be coming towards you. But when we get into the challenges of the devil, there's quite a lengthy list. And I'll get into the positives as well, but when we get to the challenges of this, I'm just going to run down a few different possibilities. It could represent an energy that is very difficult to move on from or move through. This could be something that's lingering. It's very planted. Remember, this is a strong earthy energy, and it could be very stubborn. So whether it's an issue you've been dealing with for a long time or just something that's like lingering, the devil could represent addiction. It could represent obsession. It could represent jealousy. It could represent overthinking, analysis paralysis, like you name it, because these people, they're in chains. Notice that. So like this little trapped vibe. Now, the good thing about the devil energy is that it's strong earthy energy. So it's like great for material abundance. It's great for career things. That's one thing I can say about this card. But with the cards coming up after it, I'm like, we're just going to have to see when we get to the clarifiers. It could most definitely be a problem or an issue or a situation of some sort. Now, moving to the center, we have the Five of Cups, the River of Tears. Makes sense when we have a devil card right there. Now, we have our friend standing there dressed all in black. They're goth, they're emo. They're not having the best time. Now, it's a lighter energy than what we just saw here with the devil, but I always say this card is on a spectrum. It doesn't mean that you're going to be bawling your eyes out. It doesn't mean you're literally going to be crying. You might just have some days where you're a little gloomy. There might be something you're dealing with or working through where it's like, oh, and it's lingering and I'm feeling a little down about it. You know, it could be minor, but at the same time, it can also be pretty major. There could be a situation or problem or something that's affecting you in a really big way. Now, if that's not you, it could be someone you're linked to, right? Like, this doesn't all have to be yours. It could be someone else's, and they might be really going through one when this card shows up. Now, the positive of the Five of Cups is, although it looks like a sad card, there's a lot of potential moving forward. Notice, not all of the cups are on the ground. They're not all spilled. There is still stuff off in the horizon. So to me, it's like temporary. This isn't a forever type of energy. This is an energy like, I will overcome this. I will get over this. So there is a positive outlook for the future when this card is here. Okay. Now, moving to the back end, this is something that we're going to have to look at closer as well. We have the Six of Cups. So again, all this watery energy showing up in a big way. Now, I'll just run down a list and tell you a whole bunch of things this could mean too. It's a card of soul ties. It's a card of soul connections, people that we are very close to, near and dear to our hearts. So we could be looking at someone else's energy with this card for sure. This is a huge card of history. So whether it's somebody that you have a really deep history with or someone that you've known for a very long time, this card represents it. Now, for some Virgos, maybe you're taking a trip down memory lane. Maybe you're reflecting on the year that's just passed. Or there could just be something from the past, especially with the devil, that could resurface in this time. So that's something to keep an eye on. I'm not going to say I'm not going to get like too over dramatic about it. But when I see this and the devil, it's like, all right, it could be something that resurfaces and we'll want to take a look at it. In the positive sense, like, yeah, it's a fond energy. It's cherishing. It's beautiful and soft. But at the same time, it could be really, really deep, like something you've been holding on to for a very long time. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for my Virgo friends, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Devil. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Devil time. Why is it here? Why is it here for the Virgos, please? Thank you. Okay. I mean, Seven of Wands in reverse underneath this Devil. To me, this is somebody that, I don't want to say it's like somebody giving up, but it's like there's two main energies I'm feeling here. One, there could be a risk of somebody reverting back to old ways and old behavior patterns. Keep that in mind. But when I see the Seven of Wands in reverse underneath the Devil, it's like, oh, well, it is what it is. There's nothing you can really do about it, which I don't really like. I mean, with my own personal alignments, I always feel like there's certain things we can do and we should do and we can be very proactive about. But when I see the Devil with the Seven of Wands in reverse, it's kind of like, it is what it is. Like, even if it's like difficult or something that you really don't like it's here and it needs to be addressed. So I'm already picking up that there could be an important warning here about an issue. I feel, especially next to this Five of Cups, I'm not liking the energy of someone either reverting or possibly even giving up too, where it's like, okay, well, whatever. It's like giving me that vibe, like someone's just resigning in some way. Okay, like it's, I don't want to say it's like making me frazzled, but it kind of is, to be honest with you. Now, the Seven of Wands, usually in the upright, it's a card of determination. It's a card of battling. It's a card of moving forward. I don't care what the universe throws at me. I'm going to overcome it. When I see it in reverse, it's like, I don't feel like fighting anymore. I mean, if that's what it is, then it is what it is. It's like someone resigning to the fact about something. Either that, or it's just something that it's just there and it needs to be addressed. It's like, you can't fight it. It's there. It happened. This is the situation, and that's what it is. So I think we're just going to leave it at that. Let's keep moving. Let's see if we do get a resolution as we move forward. But we're already seeing some warnings here. We're already seeing some warnings, especially if this is someone reverting back to old ways. But let's go in on the Five of Cups. And you know me, Virgo, I try to be as optimistic as possible in the readings, but I'm always going to be honest with you with whatever shows up. So Five of Cups time. That's the Five of Cups here. Thank you. Six of Swords in reverse underneath the Five of Cups. Now, this could be someone that either feels, again, this energy of reverting is like super, super bizarre to me. The Six of Swords in the upright is usually moving forward. It's things improving, things getting better. But when it's in reverse, it's either something returning, right? Something flaring back up, especially with the Six of Cups right up there. But there's this energy of either someone feeling stuck, where it's like, what am I going to do now? It just feels very stuck. I mean, I wish I could describe it in a better way. Now, yeah, this card could represent distance and travel, and there's a lot of good things that link to this card, but just showing up in reverse under the Five of Cups, especially with what we saw here, I will say this: either this is a serious warning about something that needs your attention and needs it fast, where it's like, all right, don't ignore this. Don't you ignore it, Virgo. Like, you need to get on this, and you need to get on this quickly. Or it's just either a flare up or somebody just like feeling stuck or resigning something. So I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest with you. And again, this doesn't have to be your energy. It could be somebody else's. But even if you're sensitive to this energy and you're feeling this off of somebody else, it's not the nicest, right? So, I mean, let's move over to the Six of Cups. Let's move over, you know, because sometimes in life there's good returns. Sometimes in life when things flare back up, that's a good thing. That's a positive. Not quite sure about these ones. Okay, let's go in on the Six of Cups. What we can say, what we can pull positive from though, is like the energy does seem to loosen as it goes along. So it's like really jammed up here, still stuck, but a little better. Let's see if it gets better by the end. Let's go in on that Six of Cups, then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So the energy is a little gunked up this week, that's for sure. So why is the Six of Cups here? Okay. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, but in reverse. So it does get better. All right, so if there are any problems that pop up or pop back up, it's like, okay, well, you kind of know what you need to do to resolve it already. It's like giving me that vibe. Now, the Five of Pentacles in reverse is good. This could be spirit telling you like, hey, you've been through something before, you could get through this, or you've been through so much already, you could get through whatever this stuff is. So to me, it does feel like a shot in the arm from spirit saying like, everything's going to be okay. Like you will get through this. So I really like the silver lining we have here on the back end. If this Five of Pentacles was in the upright, I would be very concerned for the reading as a whole, right? Because you know this is an energy of like loneliness. It's an energy of someone feeling a little isolated. Could be issues with work and career. But the fact that it showed up in reverse is good because, like I said, the energy does loosen as it goes along because it's like really rough up here, loosens up here, and then towards the back end, we start seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, which is really good. So for a lot of you out there, if you are going through some trying times, I feel like the light or the end goal, the end result is going to start making itself very clear to you if it hasn't already. But I do like this. There's tons of energy that's like popping back up and swinging back around and returning in very big ways. This one feels good on the back end, but I feel like I have to give that message that, all right, this could be spirit saying like you've been through worse or you've been through something similar already. You can get through whatever this is. But let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number one, we're starting here with the Devil and the Seven of Wands. Wasn't a big fan of that. I already said here on the front end is most definitely an important or serious warning about something that might need your attention, that you should not give up on or resign to. But the Devil with the Seven of Wands in reverse is kind of like, okay, well, it's here and there's nothing I can do about it, so whatever. And just, it is what it is, got to live with it. It's like giving me that kind of vibe for whatever reason. Now, I mean, I guess depending on the situation, that could be a good thing. It all depends on what you're going through, but I would just not feel like giving up in this time if you can. Where it's like, all right, don't give up. Moving to the center, we have the Five of Cups with the Six of Swords in reverse. Very similar. Now, the energy does loosen up a bit, but I feel things flaring back up. I feel that resigned type of energy, or even somebody reverting back to old ways. So it's important to really keep an eye on something, all right? Even if it's something that you haven't dealt with for a while, Spirit could be telling you like, all right, this might need your attention, Virgo, very serious. Moving to the back end, we have the Six of Cups, Five of Pentacles in reverse. We have a lot of repeating numbers showing up here as well. We got the double sixes, we got the double fives, but this back end is the most optimistic to me because it tells me either one, you've been through worse, or two, you've been through something similar and you are going to be okay. Either you know what you need to do already, or very soon in short order, you'll be able to figure out a big issue. The light will become apparent to you. You'll know what direction you need to go in. So Virgo, please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Such a weird flip-flop because the energy last week was like super positive and optimistic, and now it's like all gunked up. But let's see what's in the shadows here. What do we got? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. It could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yeah, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. So let's get your shadow card. What do we got for the Virgos? What is happening? Thank you. Okay, Page of Cups, softer. So, I mean, this fits the theme with what we've been seeing. There is a lot of water. There's a lot of internal energy. But when I see the Page of Cups, it's like a soft, caring type of energy. Now, pages represent new, but they also represent communication and speaking. So for a lot of Virgos, if things are popping up or you are dealing with certain things, you might need a little bit of advice when I see this Page of Cups, or even just having someone to talk to and vent to. But I really feel like it could be nice to get somebody else's perspective when I see this card show up in the shadows. A big thing with the Page of Cups, sometimes it could be shy, sometimes it could be bashful. So maybe you're dealing with somebody that's a little shy to address something or speak about something. That could be the case for sure. But the fact that it's in the shadows, there could also be a conversation of some sort coming up that you don't quite see coming. I feel like it's very simple. But I like this Page of Cups here because it softens up the vibe of what we were seeing within the reading. So Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you want Santa Claus to bring you this year for Christmas? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.